Welcome in, everybody. It's time for the United Bank Playbook. Tony Caridi along with head coach Neil Brown. West Virginia gets set for the Baylor Bears on Saturday. You've got great respect for this Baylor staff. I know you had a great amount of respect for Matt Rule, what he was able to do to resurrect the program through everything that it went through, and now Dave Aranda has built a really quality staff.
Yeah, as Matt Rule did a tremendous job there at Baylor, completely just rebuilding the culture of that program. And when you turn on the tape, you see it. I mean, these guys are tough, they're physical, they don't take any plays off, they really run well across the board. And then Coach Aranda's came in. I thought he hired a really experienced staff. He's got a good mix. Larry Fedora, former head coach at Southern Miss in North Carolina, longtime Oklahoma State OC, is the offense coordinator. And then Ron Roberts, who was a longtime head coach at Delta State in Southeast Louisiana, and he was at Louisiana Lafayette. We played against him when I was at Troy, and just a football guy. And so a really experienced staff and a lot of respect for Dave. You know, he came up from low-level football and worked his way all the way up, won a national championship last year. So really a formidable not only team but also a staff that we're going to prep for this week.
Yeah. When you take a look at the way that they're going to attack you when they've got the football, what's the biggest change from what you saw last week against Oklahoma State to what you'll have to deal with this week?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, and of course we don't really know because Baylor's only played one game, and it's been a few years since Coach Fedora called plays. You know, he was at Texas last year in an analyst role, and then didn't call the plays at North Carolina for a couple years. So there's a lot of unknowns there. They have an experienced quarterback in Charlie Brewer, who's a winner, and then their talent really, the two running backs are special. They have two really good running backs that's very similar to the backs we faced last week. And then their O-line's improved. It was a weakness for them last year. That's no longer the case. They did a really nice job of moving Kansas off the ball.
You said during your press conference on Tuesday that the Oklahoma State loss was one of the most disappointing, if not the most disappointing, since you took over here. What are the absolutes that you guys must improve on this week in practice as you get ready for this game?
Yeah, well, it goes back to this, and this is one of the staples of our program, is West Virginia can't beat West Virginia. And Oklahoma State is plenty good enough. There's probably 8 to 12 NFL players on that roster, but we just gave them way too much help. And we can't get penalties. We can't have a turnover, you know, and two of those penalties on third downs, and then a couple of them changed the whole field position battle. We just got to be better, and it comes down to discipline and attention to details, and those are the things that we're really going to lock in on this week in preparation for a really disciplined Baylor football team.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Yeah, thanks.